different year. This is not the place for fear. I've got a job to do.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday and happy Election Day. Tell your moms and dads out there to all go out there and make sure that they vote, no matter who they're voting for. Go out there and cast their ballot. So happy Election Day. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I really am sorry that I couldn't be here with you, but I left you guys some options for some things to do today. Today we're wrapping up our discussion of Freak the Mighty the book and Freak the Mighty the movie, and we're going to put it behind us, the comparing and the contrasting. So I want to talk to you guys today about what I want you to do while I am out and you guys are here, whether you're a virtual student, whether you're an A-Day student or a B-Day student. Today, you have a lot of choices. All right, so here you can see your homework assignment is still the same. You need to compare and contrast the graphic organizer. You guys need to finish that up, and you must submit it on our Google Classroom. You must submit it digitally. All right, so here are your options for today. And I've listed these according to priority. So the things that are at the top of the list are the most important. First is finishing your compare and your contrast graphic organizer. You want to make sure that that's done. I showed you guys examples of that today in class and in previous videos. The second activity you want to make sure that you finish is your editing and revising and improving of your written responses to the chapter 23 and the 25 quiz. I gave those all back to students today. I released you guys your scores and gave you your grade report so you can see exactly how you did. And the feedback will help you guys decide what you need to do to improve those scores. The third activity is completing any pass-through assignments. Several people have missed a couple of the quizzes, so this would be your last chance to go back and take those quizzes. The fourth activity is the blog. And the fifth activity is independent reading. So let me go through and give you guys some directions about each one of these. All right, so nothing new is your compare and your contrast graphic organizer. The directions tell you this, that if you did not finish watching the movie, you may use a pair of headphones and finish watching it on your Chromebook. Now maybe you missed a part of the middle, a part at the end or the beginning, whatever part it is you missed, you could go back, you could plug your headphones in, you can scroll right down to the link, here's the full movie, you could click on it and you can go to whatever part of the movie you missed and you could rewatch it. Then you could complete your graphic organizer according to the directions. Now, if you didn't watch the Day 27 video about how to complete the graphic organizer, you may want to go back and watch it. Because it's a short video, it's only about 12 to 13 minutes, and it's a tutorial explaining exactly how you need to fill out your graphic organizer. I fear that if you don't watch the movie, you might ultimately make some careless errors on here, errors that I would have explained and addressed in the video. So one of the other things that you can do before completing the graphic organizer, watch this tutorial video about how to complete that graphic organizer. It's going to help you guys out immensely. Okay, so that's option number one. Option number two, or activity number two, is editing and revising and improving your written responses. So I have released all the scores from your last quiz. Last quiz was chapter 23 through 25, and I was asking you guys to do written responses. So you all should be able to look at your scores, and then you can choose whether or not you want to make some improvements. Everyone is going to get some feedback that looks like this. You're going to see you have the intro, the claim, the evidence, the reflection, and your mechanics. And I told you each one was worth 1 point. So with this pretend student, you can see that they scored 3 out of the 5 points available. So they could go back in and they could add, let's say, the intro or the reflection. Sometimes on your feedback, you might see a score like 0.5, meaning you got half credit. And this happened a lot with like a claim. Let's say that you claimed that Kevin died during surgery. You'd be partly right because Kevin did die. But you'd be partly wrong because Kevin didn't die during surgery. There actually never was a surgery. So with that, your claim, I wouldn't give you the full point, I'd give you partial credit. So I'd give you a half a point here. But whatever feedback you get, you're going to want to look at your feedback and then go ahead and make the necessary improvements. This is your last opportunity to really improve your writing score. All right, the third option, the third activity that you guys can do is you guys can complete any of your past due quizzes. All of your quiz grades have been returned to you. If you're missing any quizzes, this is your last opportunity to complete them and get them handed in. You can find them all under the classwork tab on our Google Classroom. I also gave each of you a grade report today, so it's on paper, and you can clearly see if you're missing any assignments. You'll see a 0 in there for that assignment, and that's the one you'll want to go back, find, and make sure that you do and that you resubmit it. All right, those are the first 3 options. Now, if and only if all the above work is done, then you can move on and you can choose to do activity 4 or 5. Activity 4 is blogging. And several of you guys didn't do a lot of blogging in the first marking period, so this is something that I want you to focus on in the second marking period because it's a big part of your classwork grade. If in class there's only 42 minutes and we are having discussions on KidBlog, the way that you participate in classwork is to get on the KidBlog and to do your posts and to respond to other people's posts. So this is what I would have you do for blogging. First, when you're blogging, guys, make sure you're still using proper mechanics and conventions. I'm still seeing a lot of people who are being careless, being a little bit lazy, not putting capitals, not putting periods when you know that your sentences need them. So you might want to blog about some of these topics, okay? You can blog about anything that interests you, but I gave you some suggestions. Since we just finished watching the movie and reading the book, you might want to blog about which is better, the book or the movie, and why. So your opinion. You might want to blog about what did you like about the book and what did you like about the movie. And likewise, you could write about what you didn't like. If the movie changed something, you might talk about how you didn't like that change. Or if the movie, in fact, did change something, you could talk about how you like what the movie did. If you could change the story, how might you change it? You can still post questions that you guys have about the book or the movie. And, lastly, I wrote down that you can really blog about anything that interests you as long as it pertains to the story in some way. At least as far as activity number 4 goes. You guys know that I do allow you to blog about your own personal things. People like to create characters for Dungeons and Dragons or write stories or ask questions to their friends about what their favorite sports team is. Those things are all fine. But when it comes to classwork, I'm looking to see that you guys are actually blogging and posting about things that are pertaining to our story. The last thing that you guys can do is independent read. And I understand that some of you prefer reading over blogging and you've done all your blogging. So if you do prefer reading over blogging, you may take out an independent reading book and you can read quietly at your seat. All right. I do trust that everybody's going to be on their best behavior today. I've really enjoyed reading the book with you and watching the movie. I want to see everybody put their best foot forward and really show what you guys are capable of on your written responses. So make sure that you guys fix and edit your responses on your chapter 23 through 25 quiz, and make sure that those graphic organizers, that you're showing absolutely your best writing. When I come back on Thursday, we'll be moving on into our notebook. So with that said, you guys, you have all of the directions. Please make sure that you guys are on your best behavior. Please work hard and get a lot of this stuff done so that you don't have any regrets and that you are absolutely positive that you did your best work in Unit 1. All right, guys, so with that said, everyone, have a great night. I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. Bye.